All right, mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, y'all. So because this black girl has something to say, I will say this. I literally just came back from a workout class, and let's just say I recognize being a woman in STEAM is really understanding, like, hey, I'm about to show y'all some art. So before I get into that, I wanted to do a quick chit and chat. I'm Black Girl Say Something, Dr. Appleton, and I just wanted to talk about this month. I highlighted women in STEAM. So STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And so for the better part of all this month, I've been going live with a guest, give or take 1 or 2 times I didn't. Today would be one of the times I'm probably not going live with a guest, because I am going to be my own guest. And I wanted to take y'all into my world of art. And so something that I found a common thread amongst all people who are in STEAM, who are in the sciences, they tend to be really artsy. And so for me, I'm going to show y'all what some of that looks like today. Um, while I chit and chat about my art, I also want to just talk about what's going on within the landscape of TikTok right now, right? Like, honestly, we saw that Clark went ahead and bought that purse. And honestly, when I think about being all these years in the middle of a divorce, I tend to think about the fact that why would I date when I've been in such a space where I'm giving myself everything that I want, right? I'm giving myself everything that I want, and that makes me happy. Also, if you notice, my lips have like a little stain on them. I did use this lip stain. I've been trying it out all day, and as the day has gone on, because I've tried all of them at once because I thought it wasn't showing up, the lip stains do stain your lips, y'all. So when you use them, you have to give it time to stain. And so that's what y'all see on my lips right now. So while I wait, before I get into the topic at hand for this evening, I wanted to take time to just chat about that really quickly. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to talk to y'all about my art. So I found myself being very, very much into the arts very, very young. Um, I can even take you back while I showcase these few art pieces right here. A few of them have fallen down. So you know what I have in my arsenal, because I'm very artsy? I have like that clay. Y'all remember in elementary school, they had like the clay, the sticky tack clay that they would use to stick some stuff to the walls. I like it because when it serves its purpose, it serves its purpose. So I was like, let me just pull some out real quick to hang some art up for y'all. But it's not doing such a good job. It's actually scratching up my walls. If it looked like it's scratching up my walls. So I wanted to just show y'all really quick some of the art that I have created over the years. And let me grab something. I'll be right back. I want to show y'all something else. So I want to show y'all how long I've been doing this art thing. And the reality is, I got something on tape. The reality is, as long as I've been doing art, this little art piece is from 2005. So I'm into all art forms, and what's in here, actually, a customer made these for me at a place I used to work. But this is an art form that I created, and I did this like in high school. So I just wanted to show you, like, I've been doing art a very, very long time, and I really just love it. My favorite art form, I don't know. I like to paint. I feel like painting brings a certain zen. It makes you calm. It makes you feel like, I don't know. Anywho, so because this month I'm talking to women in STEAM, I decided to take this installment to talk to y'all about what I did this past week. And it's funny enough, when you are doing your thing, your kids will recognize that and they take heed to it. And I'm just showcasing y'all some of my art. No biggie. I just wanted y'all to see, because a lot of times when I create something, it's not like I call people and say, hey, I made this today, or I made that today. I literally would just make something and keep it to myself. I literally make things and just put them in a closet. I typically don't even hang them up on the wall. So when I did this for y'all to get on live, I was like, you know what? I think what I'm going to do, look at this one right here. This one I keep in my bathroom, but this one I keep in my office because I'm an optician. This one I just created the other day. That's on my YouTube. This I did at a painting with a twist that I hosted. It was a Christmas party. This one I also did at a painting with a twist. This one I did like during COVID, a random painting, right? Because I teach breastfeeding, I had made this. It's a mom breastfeeding and it's crocheted through. So I like to experiment with the art, with the canvas, with the paint, and just doing it brings such a, they're falling down, y'all. They're not happy to be hanging up, I guess, because I typically don't hang them up. I really just will. Look at this. How amazing is this one? Created by your girl. So yeah. But I what inspired me to, everything's falling down. That's fine. But anywho, what inspired me to get on here and talk to women in STEAM, because I'm a woman in STEAM. And being a woman in STEAM is being into science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And if anybody is a scientist, if you know scientists actually use all of that. They use math, they use technology, they have to use engineering in some form. They have to utilize art to some form, right? Whether we're writing because we're an author, whether we're painting. Artists and scientists kind of go hand in hand, and there's a creative aspect in our brain that just clicks on. So I'm telling y'all this because what I found recently was my kids go to the library frequently. We've been going to the library since this year started. And at the library, they took a keen liking to my daughter, and so she became a volunteer. And so she's been helping plan events. And so because she's been helping plan events, I just came from workout class. And I ended up doing that on the fly. But because I was like, let me try this class. I am gonna start taking this class in July. And I saw that they was hosting it today. So I was like, let me just go. It was a 30-minute ab lab. So with that being said, because my daughter's been planning, helping them plan events as a volunteer at the library, my son overheard one of the events and he was like, oh, my mom can host this event. She teaches kids and I really don't. I'm an educator. I teach higher education, but I have taught kids art history at one point in time in an after school program. So the lady was like, would you like to volunteer your time? We teach literacy through STEM, and this year we're doing art. And so I was like, okay, so there's three parts, and she told me the three parts. One was writing a book. One is they're gonna paint a canvas. I didn't really want to do that one. And the one that I signed up to do was teaching them literacy through vision boarding. And so they had to choose a word, they had to write sentences, they had to cut out, well, we already had the things cut out for them. And I'm gonna show y'all some of the pictures because I invited my photographer to come to take some pictures. So how do I do this? I want to share this with y'all. So effects, let's do a little green screen. And so here I am doing the Mod Podge. So after they had did everything, we had to Mod Podge it. Here's the board. They had to pick sentences. Um, they could pick up to 3 sentences, right? To be able to, say what they want for their future, what they envision for themselves. Here I am kind of helping them coordinate. So we had it separated from, let me move this out the way. So we separated everything. Thank you for sharing the live. So we had everything separated. We had the pictures cut out and then we had the words cut out. And I gave them about 2 minutes because I had like 24 kids. So they had about 2 minutes each to pick their words and their pictures based on what sentences they wanted to write for their vision board. Because remember, we have to incorporate the literacy aspect. Oh. So here's the vision board, or here's what that looked like, that table I was telling you. They had words and pictures. And this is just like a cute B-roll shot. I feel like that's just embodies, like that in itself is a piece of art. Like I would print this out and have it as a piece of art and frame it because it's just like everything, right? And so the reality is when I'm thinking about art and art forms and different types of art forms, I like to consider myself more of like a seer. I essentially love to see how art plays out, what that looks like. And I want to go through some of my favorite pieces. All of them are my favorites because I've created them. And my son also requested that I show y'all his art as well. And when I put this over on YouTube, I'm gonna tag his YouTube because he do not play. He was like, "Oh, you showing art? Huh? Here's the art book. Number one, I think my daughter did this one in his art book. Yeah, she did it because she signed it and she said it's for him. So look, okay, and she dated it too. So she just did this April 1st. So that's my daughter. She did that. But here's some of the pieces that my son has created. This is a boy one. And this is a girl one. He wanted me to share his art with y'all as well. So here's some of his art. Since we're talking art, he discovered how to make a perfectly round circle. And so that's really what he's been working on. How cute is this? And she has on glasses. I almost want to ask him, is that supposed to be me? He discovered how to draw people with hoodies on. So that's pretty cool. And look at the little people. They're so cute. Look at these down here. But yeah, so he ended up telling the ladies, like, my mom does art. And because I was like, oh, that speaks volumes. When you're doing something, it really speaks volumes to when your kids can say, hey, you're really up to something. You're doing something amazing. You're doing something good, that they want to tell others about it. He has more hoodie pictures. He's learning how to draw a jacket right here, I think. Let me see. He really is beating up this book. Let's see. So he's I heard him asking his sister. He's learning how to draw full on people. So we're talking art today. We're in the STEAM and we're talking about art. So the past few episodes I had an engineer on, a woman, black woman engineer. I had And so right now I'm just showing y'all some of my son's art because he said, you ain't gonna talk art and you ain't gonna show them my art. What you think this is? Oh, this is funny. That's a little scary, isn't it? I think he's getting ready to write another book because he's been practicing drawing women. I love that for us. Look at that. How cool is that? I think he just drew this today. Yeah, so I am so I like I said, I really love the arts. Here's a few small pieces that I've created over the past couple of days, like just some little abstract pieces. I love a good little abstract piece. Like it's amazing. Um, what else I wanted to show y'all? This sunflower piece. It's huge. This was like COVID days. Let me pick up a canvas and throw something on it. My home did go through like a construction phase, and so a lot of the pieces they are a little dusty. Because I used to have them hanging up. My son, because he loves outer space and planets, there's a few of these hanging in his room that I created. Again, did these during COVID as well. I actually learned how to do this on TikTok. Early days of TikTok in 2020. I was like, "How do you draw?" He wanted some planets, and yeah, he has two of these in his room, so he let me borrow this one to show y'all. So this is a little virtual art show. Because y'all know I'm an optician, I had to double it. So there's this one, and she has a sister. Okay, and we learned how to do that off of Facebook. Then I went through like a maternity series because at the same time when I created these, I was writing the book I wrote the book Nevertheless She Breastfed Despite Racial and Cultural Disparities. And so that birthed out these. A woman breastfeeding here on this one. You see it got a little nick on it. Sometimes So what I plan to do on my wall is I was hanging them up just for y'all for this art show with that sticky tack. You remember that sticky tack from elementary school that they would use to just hang up anything? I have a whole bunch of it in my office. So it's like sticky tack, but I think the canvases are too heavy to put the sticky tack on. So they were falling. But I think one of my projects is going to be this weekend, maybe not this weekend because it's a busy weekend. Next weekend is I'm going to hang up all of my stuff because they were hanging up there and I was like, oh, that actually looks really good. And I'm going to do like big, small, because I have big and small canvases. Um, this is a bathroom piece. I hope TikTok don't flag me. I hope my video doesn't get flagged for this one, but hey, this is so pretty. This looks so pretty on camera. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that looks so pretty on camera. I created this. As a matter of fact, my friend's mom's birthday, I hosted, and I'm hosting it this weekend again. She's inviting me to be the host. It's her 60th, so happy birthday to her. Um, but this was, I don't remember how old she turned, but it was on my mom's birthday is coming up July 1st. Also, Black Girl Say Something is turning 3 years old July 1st. So you can support the podcast in any way that you like. We always ask that you binge listen to some episodes, subscribe to our YouTube. Of course, you could always subscribe to our Patreon because over on Patreon is where we post exclusive content. So July 1st will make Black Girl Say Something 3 years old. And so I'm so excited for that because I've been saying a lot. That's a lot of episodes. There was one year, the first year of Black Girl Say Something, I did an episode every day for the month of October, and October has 31 days. That's a lot of saying something. Last year, December, I participated in Vlogmas where I went live. Thank you, where I went live on YouTube every day for the month of December. Ty, hey, welcome to the live. So I'm just going live here today to show to showcase some of my art and how I'm going to recreate this wall, this space. It's a huge space. I can't even begin to back it up and show y'all, but it's a huge space. I'm going to recreate this space to be sort of my art wall. And so yeah, I created this one. It was at a friend's mom's birthday. I hosted it and it was a painting with a twist. So, and I picked the design. That's the crazy part about it. This one was another paint with a twist party that I hosted. The person's birthday was a Christmas birthday. Yes, my optical sister, you're so creative. I really am. I love. Oh, if you think that's creative, look at this. I don't know if you've been here the whole time. Did you see these? These are in my office. So these are in my office. This is like an optician's dream to have art with glasses on it. But not only do I create the art, I also buy art too. An optician's dream to have art with glasses on it. But not only do I create the art, I also buy art too. So it's like, yeah, I I just love the art. So I just wanted to get on here, do kind of like a virtual art showing. I wish they would have stayed up because the reality is, oh, and then there was this I didn't pick this design. This was definitely painting with a twist. They picked the design and we had to recreate it. Mine's actually was the best one. Y'all know I don't play. I do not play. And I think the way I painted it, it actually does glow in the dark a little bit. It not because it has like glowing paint, but more so because I added like the glitter and the floor, the way the white is on the blue, it does give off like a hue that is glowing when it's dark. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. But while I was sharing that with y'all, I was supposed to be telling y'all about how y'all gonna have to catch the recap because I was showing y'all some pictures of the event that I was invited. My son initiated me into this event where yesterday, no, yeah, not yesterday, Tuesday, I worked with children teaching them literacy through art, through vision boarding. And so that's some of the pictures there, just kind of recapping that. And I said this picture, I invited a photographer to come and kind of capture the moment because of course I like to see myself in my element doing my thing. And there's so many more pictures. Let me see if I have any other pictures. So these new update on the phone, she sent me the pictures, but they put them in another time zone on my phone, so they're not up as recent as I would like them to be. But anywho, with that being said, there's so much going on in the TikTokiverse, right? That I wanted to take a time. Y'all know, because this Black Girl Has Something to Say. Black Girl Say Something is my podcast. In the meantime, in between time, you do know that Top Notch Eyewear is having a 55% off all sunglasses sale. It ends June 30th. And we might be bringing back the frames only sale for July. Don't know how much yet, but y'all drop a comment and I'll be sure to take that into consideration when we drop how much. It's probably going to drop after 4th of July, the sale, because typically when I host like a sale for a holiday, what happens is people want their stuff on the day of the sale, and that's not typically how that works. Everything gets shipped out after the holiday. And I want to be off. But with that being said, there's so much going on the internet right now. So I wanted to take a moment to kind of chat about that, as Black Girl Say Something does. And a healthcare professional, multi-healthcare professional with a doctorate in health science. So earlier this week, I saw a video of a young lady talking about how she stitched another young lady's video. And pretty much in that video, the young lady was saying how my sons will never see me get dressed or do my makeup, because why would I let them see me do that? I don't want them to turn out uh like, y'all know the word. She says she don't want them to turn out liking other boys. And I was just like, huh, flabbergasted. So I commented, because this lady was stitching her video, saying like, that's a crazy claim to make. The only thing that can make you uh a different sexual orientation is who you're attracted to, not you watching your mom get ready, or not a boy liking pink and things like that. And I said, you know what's crazy? People would probably hate to see how, oh, maybe I can't say hate. People would dislike seeing the fact that my son sits in the bathroom chatting with me while I'm getting ready. And I almost want to say I take it as a moment where we're bonding. I say all of that to say, before, not too long ago, I was showing y'all some of his art. But the reality is, when I did when I got invited to that event, I didn't get invited to that event because I think I'm so great, or the library thinks I'm so great. They don't know me. You know who think I'm great? My son. He told them about me. Right? And if he had not been able to sit with me and do some art and express himself, y'all have seen me here on live on YouTube and on TikTok, sitting with my kids, listening to music, jamming out, and just painting and being in our element, and them getting my advice and me asking them for advice, and we're just talking and having conversations. I think, we want our sons to go out into the real world and interact with women, but we're not giving them the opportunity to see how to interact with us. Because like for me, my kids will tell you, my mommy always gonna say, I'm just a girl. And I do be telling them that I'm just a girl. Like I love that they know I'm their mom, but I also need them to disassociate sometimes. I'm just a girl. Right. And so I saw that. Anywho, get back to that video. That lady makes the comments about that lady's video. Y'all, I came straight here from a workout class, and like now, y'all know how you've been wearing your sunscreen and mascara and all that. It's getting in my eyes. So I'm gonna wrap this up in a little bit. Anywho, I say all of that to say this. She did the video, and today, I saw that video like 2 days ago. Today, she gets what's the word? A cease and desist from the girl who says that she was making inflammatory claims about her kids. The lady who's making the video that says she received a cease and desist calls the law office, finds out that the girl made a fraudulent cease and desist with a real law office, signed and everything. The lawyer said, no, that's not us. This, that, and the third. They even gave her her real name because she used a fake last name. Come to find out, she's a nurse. Why I'm telling y'all all of this? Because I'm a healthcare professional, and I just find it so crazy that it be the people who are in healthcare that have these crazy ideologies about people, right? These homophobic views about people, and they work with people. Do you not realize you're going to work with everybody under the sun? Rich, poor, indifferent, homeless. That's why I always talk about in racial disparities in healthcare. Treat everybody the same. If you treat everybody the same, you ain't got to worry about that. But the problem is y'all don't want to treat everybody the same. Y'all be having all these isms and schisms and just bias like I don't know what. So she ended up telling us all of this to say you about to lose your job. Ooh, that girl gonna lose her job. Why? Because fraudulent. I guess the state they in is in Texas, and I would say in any state, yeah, have to always have a non-biased approach. But people be so full of biases, like it's crazy. Because what do you mean? Like, oh, that little N word, he not gonna be gay, cause oh, he not gonna sit down and watch me doing makeup and hair. Like, why would you say that about your son? That's crazy. The least you could say is like he gonna appreciate. Yeah, she did. She FAFO, FL, whatever they be saying. She did. So now she finna lose her nursing license because she want to play around on TikTok. And I said that's wild that you would send somebody a cease and desist about having an opinion about something you put online. It got me to thinking. It got me to thinking. While I show y'all some more art. That's all I got to show y'all. um, it got me to thinking about how I am very conscious about how I show up in online spaces. Not because I have any wild takes or anything, but any take that I'm willing to share online, I know is open to an opposing opinion. But because my delivery, one, facts gonna speak, number two, and also we're all learning. So I'm not going to come here in a space and share something that unless I say, hey, I'm learning this and I have a question. 10 times out of 10, if I'm going to bring it to online, that's one, what I believe, and two, it makes sense. It's going to be, it's going to make sense. It ain't going to offend nobody. And if they offended, that's what they chose because I'm not here to do that. The little sticky tack was on the wall and that was bothering me in the camera. Anywho, so I thought that was crazy. You know what else I think is crazy? Saw a video, and honestly, I follow Clark. Love her down. If y'all not following her, follow her. Love her down. Okay. Um, she's a young lady, lives between Chicago and somewhere else. Um, travels a lot, very, very much, she's an it girl. Anywho, all I saw was a video of her walking with two bags, and she's like, girl, I got you the Coach bags. Didn't know what she was talking about. Click the little search. Click the search, and she said, I saw a lot of people tagging me in this video. Girl, I got you the Coach bags. Don't worry about it. DM me, this, that, and the third. She tagged the girl, but I saw the little search, so I clicked the search, and the search took me to the girl's original video. And in the girl's original video, it's not a video, it's a slide thing. So right now it's like a trend where people are like, hey, can you, what's the word? They be like, okay, so for example, if my daughter texted me and say, hey, mommy, how many likes for me to get a new car when I turn 16? And I say, you know what? You need to get 20,000 likes, 15 new followers. And matter of fact, I want Clark to comment on the video and scissor all of these hoops. Mind you, the girl, that's the trend. So the trend was the girl posted it and was like, oh, I want these two bags as a wedding gift. I guess they just got married. I want these two bags as a wedding gift. How can I what I gotta do to get these, how many likes? He gave her like a big number of likes and a big number of followers. He like, double your followers, get all of these likes, get SZA, I think, to comment, and Clark. I'm like, damn, that's a lot, ain't it? Anywho, Clark said, girl, you ain't gotta go through all that. I bought the bags. So it takes me back to the thought process. So now I'm seeing people commenting and talking about the fact that she's now defending him and saying, how y'all gonna say he don't treat me right? Girl, I don't know how we gonna say that, but it's definitely not. It's definitely giving a stranger did it for you. So if the girls, and I've always said this, if the girls are having fun and doing what they're doing for themselves, what are we? Anywho, that's all I got to say on that. I said I was gonna catch y'all up on some things that I saw online that I wanted to talk about freely and openly. And honestly, it is what it was. But with that being said, let me just do a little pose, strike a little pose, because y'all know I gotta get my YouTube cover. A little art. Let me see. Let's do another one. A little art. I love these. I'm gonna make him some more planets one day. On the smaller canvases, I'm gonna make him a bunch more planets. And just have them like around his room. I'm gonna do them on these little flat canvases and put the planets up around his room. But with that being said, I thank y'all for hanging out with me, my little virtual art show. If y'all like this, I might do this again. And this time I might just say, shoot, we ball. Let's sell some art. Who want to buy some art? Okay. Anywho, because this Black Girl has something to say, Black Girl Say Something is out of here. And I want y'all to know you can subscribe over on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, why you not subscribed? Follow us on TikTok, like us on Facebook, and don't forget for exclusive episodes, content, story times, all of that good stuff. I got a lot more to say because this Black girl has even more to say. Over there, you can definitely subscribe over on Patreon. It's free to subscribe, but if you want access to the exclusive content, there is a little fee. So support your girl. And also, we're coming up to our 3-year anniversary, and so I gotta hurry up and get this uploaded to TikTok so y'all can know. The anniversary is July 1st. Black Girl Say Something. I'm out of here. Till next time, y'all.